Okay, so I'm gonna, maybe I'll go in and play Here Comes the Rain again. Oh, I'm getting wet here. This is just outside my front door, but it's raining so heavy, the rain's starting to blow on me. Oh, that just come out of nowhere, and the thunder just went right through me. Oh, the rain's come back. Let's see. Oh, I have to go inside because I'm getting wet actually, even though I'm under the shelter here, but movement in those lights over there in the window won't come out on the mobile, but that's just part of the surveillance in the street, even though it's very late of a night now and the rain has just come down. And we have 3 lights there on that house in the front, which I'm not quite sure why they need 3 lights. But actually, that's a pity. Pity because there's no Christmas lights this year for some reason on the street, but there is one just a few doors down where they've got this great big lit up thing. It's the only one. I was going to take a picture of it, but I just saw it last night, and quite bright, even though it's all false, of course, but you know, because that's lightning, I think. Unlike that's the Matrix God is angry, using the elements and the negative human vibration to create a storm. And I'm sorry that I can't feel a bit better, but hey, it's just the combination of events and mobile won't pick up the noise, I don't think. Through there, it won't come out. Nothing's going to come out because there's not enough light, even though to my naked eye, of course, the lights get in my eyes. Last night, when I go down the road, it's really late, but even though there wasn't a lot of cars on the streets, the patrolling ones that are on there, their lights are so bright that they come into your eyes and you actually can't see where you're walking. So it's actually physically dangerous and so uncomfortable. And they always pull in to where, even though they might not be right in front of you, but they know that their lights are going to hit your eyes directly. It's all planned, all set up that way, and that's because it's a human mind control matrix. And this is not something you can show or prove to anyone. You experience it daily, every day, without fail, 24/7, even like at 2 or 3 in the morning when there should be very little around, particularly if it's, say, a Sunday night, as it was last night. And that's what you would call a good night. Because the minute the sun comes up, you know, you can bring in noisy traffic, you can bring in work machinery, you can have light that surrounds my house in the daytime. Enormous construction next door, enormous construction right in front, construction next door to next door, construction that went on another door down just over there. It just literally surrounds you, but it looks all random. But this has been going on now for the last 6 years too, where when one construction on one house is finished, then they start it up on another, so it doesn't look as though there is a real lot of activity if you point it out. But this is continual, a continual census bombardment at a sound level when you have the construction. Also, you're aware that the workmen are, you know, a controlled patrol, dead dark, possessed, collective of people that are anti-life, and deliberately, consciously seeking to suppress and control your mind while giving the appearance of doing covert, normal construction or work. It's what that old saying is, killing two birds with the one stone, I guess you could say. But it all looks, anyway, I'll fold up here now because the storm could get worse, which might be filmable. I just don't know why I'm even filming it, really. But it'll probably stop at some point. And it is actually eased off. The rain has stopped now. There's a little bit of lightning around, but it shows me that it's going to be a wet night. So I'm on the night shift, as they say. So that means that any venturing I do is going to be into the rain. Not but I think that is a normal, natural thing anyway. Plane overhead, you know, straight over the house, and there was a helicopter last night too that just appeared out of nowhere as soon as I went down to the corner and literally followed me until I get into another part. In other words, when I get past the park, then the helicopter goes, because then they can bring the cars to where the car lights are and where they're following you around. You see, there always has to be something, but this is not something that you can show. So they use different things at different times depending on my activities. Why is there a light on that house in front there? There is actually a light in that house in front. It won't come out in the mobile, but that house is actually abandoned, like it's completely emptied out at the moment, because there's, you know, the usual random matrix renovations going on, and that way they've got an excuse to start up noise there if they don't want to make noise here. But also it just I think that's because the dead dark beings like to be round close. They have to observe. They're like in panic mode all the time, as though a human being just doing normal activities is some sort of catastrophe. That's how they see it. They are so vigilant. They're like Terminator machines that scan the environment, and when a human being even just walks outside their house, it's like red alert. And sometimes they'll even set off sirens and things to let you know that. You'll hear the police sirens going. But if you point that out to a normal person, they'll say, "Oh, you're being paranoid. You're being too vigilant." Of course, they make you that way too. They want you to not be able to live a normal, casual life where you're not overly stressed about just what appear to be normal things. Like, it's one thing to have personal problems and things that happen, but when you are, you know, realise that you from the minute you step outside your house, that there is a stalking program and that every car is trailing you and stuff like this, you become like them, vigilant towards them, because you're aware of this happening. And they want you to know that too. It's not like it's accidental. There is a car that is shining. This will not come out, unfortunately, with a mobile, but notice how quiet it looks apart from the storm, just for this moment when the storm started. But there is actually a car parked just there, but it won't come out, where they're shining their headlights onto that other car. In other words, letting me know that they're waiting in the street. There's always a car parked in the street, no matter what time of night or day usually, that has the headlights on, and they just sit in the car. In the past you would be disturbed by that, because it is actually like and someone just come out of the house in front and they've turned an extra light on. So we now have 4 lights in front and someone's coming out. 4 lights in that one house opposite, which is ridiculous. Of course we have you know, the very quiet dead dark one right alongside there, but that's quiet when they are oh, see how the lights just come on in front, going out, and look, can you see how they're flashing their God's red lights at me in front? Can you see it? Is it coming out? Probably not. Oh, they're starting to pile on now. See, the storm is passing, but we're going to have, even though it's very late of a night, we're going to have the street patrol, and we're going to have the red colour blatantly in front. And another one, my eyes are picking up one just down the street that's also pulled in with a bright red, but I can't put the mobile in 2 spots. See, it's a sense control, a human mind control matrix where they control your senses by the sight and sound show. But I'm gonna stop the video, because I don't have energy to show a video, even though I should play Here Comes the Rain again to make my video a bit more interesting, but I can't.